What's up, Cobra Kai Nation? We have some official new screenshots from Season 3. Entertainment Weekly literally just dropped it officially. It's our first look into Season 3, apart from the teasers. And this shot has got me very, very curious. So before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and smash 100 likes. So we can see Daniel, Kreese, and Johnny sat together here. And they have an audience behind them, and they seem to be sat in some sort of lecture. Very curious where they are, and they all look very serious and they're sat there. So I don't know if this is even a place where maybe all the parents have got together about the school fight and maybe who was indirectly involved, as well as these guys were all part of the karate that was taught to these students, and maybe there's a hearing or something on a serious matter because they all look very serious. And why are they together? It's quite interesting because it's like they're forced to be together, but again, don't know exactly what's going on. But I'm very curious why Kreese, Johnny, and Daniel are together in this situation. It is a shot with Daniel and Amanda where they look very, very serious and unhappy once again, as we saw at the end of the Season 2 finale. And they seem to be in the office for maybe the school principal. I mean, look at the file cabinet, you can see the printer, the desk, there's a flag. It looks like an office, and most likely the school office, maybe regarding what happened with the school fight and maybe what's happening with Tori, because of course Amanda wanted to get her expelled and of course wants to get Tori with repercussions. Now this could really be hinting at something in Season 3, very interesting as well, because things aren't looking good with Amanda and Daniel together, but of course this could be the start of Season 3 right after the school fight. I personally think that Amanda wants to see the principal and goes with Daniel because she wants to sort out what happened with the school fight and to get some of the Cobra Kai students in trouble, because I think they will find out that it was not only Robby that started the fight, but it was Tori that started on Sam. And she already knew this in the hospital when Sam was said she did not care about Tori and what happens to her. Now this shot is with Johnny and Miguel. As you see, there is a nurse, and Miguel, this is right before he wakes up, I'm assuming, or maybe this is when Johnny visits him. Maybe he gets into a fight, and you can see this is literally, as we saw in the teaser, when Johnny is looking at Miguel. So he probably arrives, and this is the scene he has with Miguel, as we saw in the official Season 3 teaser, and this is the shot. So that definitely links up with that, because Johnny looks the exact same clothes, same situation. We can also see a few more details about Johnny. He's definitely saying something to Miguel before he wakes up, and you can see a bit of blood on his white shirt. His wrist and forearm is a bit bloody, and his hand is very bloody, and you can see his knuckles that are bandaged up, and you can see blood coming through. So he's got in a very big fight, and I'm really curious who he fights, if it's Kreese, as we are all pretty much assuming, because Kreese is seen in the Season 3 teaser with a bloodied nose and a cracked lip, and he probably goes and fights Kreese, and this is where we see him with Miguel. In the next shot, we see Hawk and Tori together, and Hawk has got his red mohawk, so we've all been wondering if he's going to have a different color. They look very different, you know, in general, because Season 3, Kreese has taken over Cobra Kai completely, so these guys are just probably doing some very intense drills through Kreese. And again, I'm very intrigued by the training that we're going to see, and this is probably before or after that scene we see with Hawk in the Season 3 teaser. So there seems to be a new student on the right here, and we know AJ was in Season 1 and 2 with Cobra Kai, so he's still around, and maybe he might get a bigger role. But this shot is very interesting, and I think the training is just getting started, as Kreese said at the end of Season 2. Oh my god, I'm so hyped for this. So the next shot is Sam and Daniel. Now, they look like they are where Daniel and Robby were training, which is interesting. Sam looks very cross at Daniel. Daniel, again, looking unhappy, and his life is going to have a big change, I feel, in Season 3. And I think Sam's going to be this moody, completely different girl that we haven't seen yet, because she's obviously been quite disturbed by the events in Season 3, and I think that's really going to affect the storyline going forward with her character and the LaRussos, because she's one of the big characters in the family. So judging by the background, and I think that's a lake, as that's the same place that Daniel took Robby in Season 2 to train, and in Season 1. Now, I'm curious if he takes Sam back there, which is probably the case, And I mean, I don't know why they're there. Like, why would he take Sam there? Maybe he wants to help her get through what's happened, and she's got a lot of trauma. But again, she might wanting to do karate again, but again, it's a bit strange they're at that place. So we can see Robby here with his complete new look with his hair. He looks very upset, like he's disappointed in himself. And you can see an officer here, and I'm assuming this is probably where he is staying when he is in the juvenile detention center. You can see he's got another person behind him. It's probably a new character that accompanies Robby. And I'm curious if he's gonna influence Robby, or if he's just someone to be friends with Robby during this process. But Robby just looks very disappointed here, and again, he does look very guilty and upset. But it's interesting because he's probably staying with a bunch of people in this juvenile detention center. In the next shot, we see Kreese with all of his Cobra Kai students, and interesting enough, he's put up some more equipment, because I don't think that was up on the wall during season 2. It was only the strike first, strike hard slogan, the bags. I don't think there was any weapons. So again, that's interesting. Why are there weapons there, and the daggers? Could this be something about the Miyagi secret? I mean, that would be very interesting. There's got to be a new student as well, because on IMDb there was someone credited to be a new student, and I think it's this kid on the bottom left. So he's definitely a new student. We see a shot of DEMETRI here with one of the ginger twins that switched from Cobra Kai to Miyagi-Do, and his brother Christopher, who's still in Cobra Kai. Gianni DiCenzo has his All Valley High School PE kit, and it looks like that he's looking at a character. Maybe he's just admiring someone, or this person on the left could be Amanda, because if you can look at the hair, that might be her, and they might be talking about Sam or even the school fight. I mean, they both look very serious, and that could be Amanda approaching them. Although they are in school, so I'm curious what was the situation, but it's definitely got to be about the school fight, because look at their faces. It says it all. But again, we need to find this out, and I'm so curious if a trailer's going to drop tonight, guys, because they wouldn't release these shots right now if it wasn't. But literally, John Hurwitz just said that he's really looking forward to this week. Should be a fun one for Cobra Kai fans. And literally, today, they've literally released these shots with Entertainment Weekly. This is awesome. And I hope you guys are more hyped now. I know that this was not the longest video, but I really wanted to fully break these down. But this is my first thoughts, and I'll probably come back to them to make links with the teaser. So again, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you're hyped. Make sure to stay subscribed, because I will update you as soon as new stuff comes out. And I'm hoping a trailer comes out tonight. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time in the CKN Dojo.